Hey Ringside crew. Welcome to the internationally known Dudes at Ringside podcast. And now here's your host, Joe Panther III.
Hello there, wrestling fans, and welcome to another episode, a live edition. I'm live, everybody. Look at this. Look at all the people. High five, people. Welcome to a new episode of the internationally known Dudes at Ringside podcast. I am Joe Panther III, and today I have a young lady that is doing big things in the indies. Introduce yourself.
My name is the temptatious Tiphani Grady.
Awesome. So Tiphani, like Miss Grady, how did you get into the business?
How did I get into the business? I think we all say the same thing when we get asked that question, honestly. I've wanted this since I was a kid. It's always a dream we all have, I feel, because this is something that if any of us are into wrestling, it was kind of a staple in our household as kids, really. We grew up watching it with our families or just with our parents alone. But I tell everybody, actually, I joined wrestling because I was looking for something for myself. I wanted to be more than just a mom or just another person working a 9-to-5 job. I wanted to prove to myself and to my children that you can be more than just what people put expectations on you.
Awesome. So, who trained you?
I actually started with Damian Adams. Amazing coach. I don't think I would mentally be prepared for anything in this business if I didn't start with him. Don't get me wrong, I am now currently with Battlefield training with Alpha Junior, but Damian Adams is where I did start. I was with him for about 4 years, psychology wise, basic wise, everything. He prepared me better than I could have ever imagined, and I owe a lot of things to him that I didn't know. When I first started out, were things that I needed to be not only a better wrestler, but a better person myself. So I will always thank him for being my first coach and always being my forever coach. I also had not only Damian Adams, I had Tina San Antonio and a few of the other people from Team Adams actually helped me. But I'm currently now over at Battlefield with Alpha Junior and the Battlefield team.
Awesome. So, you were trained also by Tina San Antonio, and I'm really familiar with her. Shout out to Tina. What kind of advice did
wrestling mom.
Yeah, she's awesome. Shout out to Tina. I've met her. We've talked quite a few times. She gave me big hugs when I saw her for the first time. What kind of advice did she give you within your character or like anything within wrestling?
Tina always told me to just be myself and turn it up to 1,000. Always. Don't ever deny yourself, push yourself. Don't ever look back, keep going forward.
Awesome. So, you also been trained by legendary Alpha Junior. What is it like to work break bread with him in the ring? Is it what is it like?
There is so much knowledge from Alpha Junior himself. I am blessed enough, and I say it, I am blessed enough to be able to have him in ring as my coach and as a friend as well, because the knowledge that he gives me and the opportunities that he gives me and my fellow teammates as well is just amazing. I can't sit there and tell you how many times that there are things that I haven't had to go through yet myself that he teaches us and tries to give us the proper guidance so that we don't have to go through those things that he had to go through so roughly. And he pushes us to really be better versions of ourselves and help us push our own product, not only just the Battlefield product. He wants us to be better versions of ourselves. It's not just a better wrestler. He really wants us to be better people at the end of the day.
Awesome. We have somebody else with us today. Do you want to
We
introduce
do.
him?
I would like to introduce the Ringside crew to the one and only OG Code Red himself.
Welcome, Code Red. Welcome to Dudes at Ringside.
What's good? What's good, Joe?
Man,
How you doing,
awesome.
Tim?
Hi, Code.
So, Code, how did you get yourself into the wrestling business? Like, who were some of your inspirations?
Inspirations of mine. I like some of the OGs. I'm gonna go back and say like Ron Simmons is one of my biggest inspirations. Um, for a person, during his time and era, he managed to become champion down south with being black. That's kind of like unheard of. But he was the first black champion. And yeah, I mean, I could sit here all day and really name a bunch more people, but he's like my number one on the list.
So who trained you, Code Red?
I don't think he heard you.
So, Code Red, who trained you?
Code Red, did we lose you?
Do we have to do a
Did
moment
we
of
lose
no?
you? Oh,
Code Red,
no.
did we lose you? Oh no. Good. But well, Code Red will be back. So, like, you have a big show coming up. Who like what kind of training do you do for the upcoming shows that you're having? Like, what kind of training do you? Can you hear me? I can't hear you. No, I can't hear you. No. Oh no. She'll be back. Oh god.
Yeah.
Oh, Code. Here we go. So, Code Red.
Yeah.
Like, who trained you?
Originally, I'm not even gonna name his name,
Okay.
but I'm gonna give full credit to Alpha Junior because he really was the one that put me on in the game as far as everything's concerned, like with the business, the everything involving the work ethic, everything. Like he's literally broke down the whole cheat code for your boy.
Awesome. So, what kind of advice did he give you for what, like, your wrestling style and your character skill?
Well, I mean, my wrestling style is kind of me anyway, and
Fix
so
it.
is my character. It is all me.
Sorry.
But the best advice I could say Oos gave me is to just, if we're gonna take this serious, go 100 all the way. Even when you don't feel like doing it, keep pushing. Because the doors that open up, it could be incredible. It can change your life. And I've kind of just been on that wave since.
Yep. So, Code Red, are there? I guess this goes for both of you guys. Is there any independent wrestlers that are on the scene right now that you've been watching, either in the small markets of like Pennsylvania or like in the like this in New York, that you really want to work with that you haven't had the opportunity to work with yet?
I would say, I'm sorry, ladies first.
Yes.
I'm always still looking for my match against Miss Tina San Antonio. That's going to be always
Ooh.
Wrestling Mom, but that's my dream
I
match.
better
and
be at that
I'm going to
show.
get it one day, Tina. I know she's watching this, so I'm going to get it one day.
Hi,
But
Tina.
currently, I actually just recently had a match with her, I think maybe a month or so ago, Miss Gabby Gilbert. We had an amazing match together, and I would love to do it again. We tore it down, and I'd love to do it.
That's another wrestler that does the hardcore matches, and she's
Yep.
crazy.
I'm ready to throw it down with her again if she's ready
She
to
does
get in there
chops
with
too.
me.
She hits some chops too.
Yeah, she definitely we had our moments, and I'll say Gabby definitely put me to my limits and showed me things that I didn't know I was capable of.
Mm.
And I definitely, as a fellow wrestler, I will thank her for that always. So
Gotta love Gabby. And she's been on the podcast. She's a former guest on the podcast also.
oh well, then she'll definitely see this probably. So
Oh my gosh.
I thank her
Gabby,
for
we
that.
miss you. Definitely try to like hit me up again. We'll definitely do the podcast thing again. You Red, and you next.
Code,
Red.
it's your turn.
Code.
Code.
You're back. You're back. Your turn, Code. Your turn, Code Red.
All right, I'm bet. Well, I mean, outside of Battlefield, I can honestly say there's probably like maybe. I mean, I'm open for all challenges. To be honest, I love the opportunity to work with anybody on the outside of the Battlefield, but inside the Battlefield, I mean, there's an array of talent that I would love to, at least go through one or two times, while I'm,
Ooh,
while
you
we're
gonna name drop
in.
somebody? I'm sorry, Code. Come on, I want a name drop.
I
I'm
mean,
just
yeah,
saying.
I mean, I can name
I'm just
drop. I
saying.
mean, definitely, me and Terry Adonis threw it down once. I thought it was incredible. I had a blast doing it.
Ooh.
I mean, I would do it again. That would be lovely. You know what I mean? V Marino, superstar V Marino, absolutely. I went against Ox Adams a few times, and listen, Ox
You
Adams is
two
somebody.
tore it down.
We tore
I'll
it
say
down
that
for
one.
sure. But you know what? I need that round 2, round 3. You know what I'm saying? Like I need that again. I need all of that. I need all of it. Open
There's
to
a few
all
wrestlers that I would love to see either you wrestle. Like we got for you, our lovely guest today that's on the marquee, Danny Moe. I would like to see you face like there's ones that are on like the West Coast that has never been to the East Coast. We have there's a few. There's one from Canada, Danny Leo. She's from
I
never
actually met her, I think, over at a show I did over in New Jersey about 6 months ago. Very sweet woman. Very.
She was on the podcast. It was so funny. She did a rivalry episode, and like she was here, the girl was here, and like we got it. Don't worry, Joe. And it was one of the best episodes. Got 100 and something views within one day. I was like, geez.
That's how you
So
do it.
there's a show coming up. Let's
Yes,
talk
there
about
is.
it.
I would love to.
No.
Oh,
So we actually have our very first Battlefield show back this Sunday, January 28th.
mm.
We
Live
go.
signature
Live.
events in Broadheadsville, PA.
Carissa.
Okay.
We do. Bell time is at 5 o'clock. Bell time is 5 o'clock. I'm sorry. Doors open at 4.
Mm.
Yep. So we are
Awesome.
hoping that we see everybody that we normally see there, and we're hoping to see some new faces come out. We have a huge roster coming out for it, especially Code Red. Code Red got a huge match.
Ooh, who you fighting, Code Red? Who you fighting?
Why did Code Red keep running from me?
He's getting scared.
Code Red, come on. You're my backup here. Where'd you go?
If you're watching this podcast, don't forget to hit the subscribe button right now. If you're watching, the 10 people in the
You don't want
chat,
to miss this.
subscribe. You don't want to miss a single episode. This whole week we have some nice episodes in the lives. And push subscribe. It really helps me a lot. And yeah. So like who are you facing in this awesome show on Sunday?
Me or Code Red?
You.
I am actually not facing anybody at this show this weekend, but I am always looking for my next opponent. So I'm just throwing it out there that when Miss Kate Thorne is ready, I am ready to step in ring with her and show her exactly what I'm made of.
Ooh, Kate Thorne, you hear that? Ooh, she's another Dudes at Ringside guest.
Yes, she is. And whenever she's ready to step up to the plate against me, because she knows I'm always ready, then so be it. But so far, she hasn't even tried to step up to the plate to me. So
Ooh, Kate, girl. So, Mr. Red, Code Red, who are you facing this Sunday?
He keeps disappearing. Don't do this to us, Code. We're gonna start thinking you're scared of your
We're live on
opponent. Yeah,
YouTube.
like come on.
Come on, brother. Okay. All right. Is there anything you need to plug tonight? Actually, if my fans want to buy that awesome t-shirt that you're wearing tonight, how can they find it?
So if you are looking to buy your own Temptatious Tiffany shirt, you can direct message me, or I will be actually selling them this Sunday at the show. We are also, for the first 10 people actually that message me personally for tickets to the Sunday show, they'll get $10 off of their ticket.
Ooh, awesome.
Yep.
That's awesome. So, in closing,
Yes.
tonight,
course.
if there's any kids watching the show, hello everybody. If they want to get in the wrestling business to be like a ring announcer, manager, actually, is your friend still there? Before we go,
Miss Sage Santiago, could I borrow you actually real quick? Would you
if
like
she
to
wants to
come join me real quick?
I'll have like a few more questions.
So she probably can't hear you, but she is actually going to sit right next to me. So she might. Oh, Code Red hop back in. You see this?
Red.
He just thinks this is like. And actually, before we get on to that, if you want to catch me at any shows, I am actually going to be in New Jersey at the Elks Lodge, February 24th, for a prime time, my very first prime time live show.
Ooh.
Yes. So you will see me actually tag up with my tag partner, Migs, that day.
Ooh. Yeah, I saw that poster. So, Miss San Diego, you're a ring announcer. So, like, let's get into it. Let's talk about you being a ring announcer.
He wants to know about you in ring announcing.
Oh, can you hear me about that?
Yeah. Actually, let me do this.
I can hear her. I can't hear you no more. Oh no. Let's go.
Yeah.
Mr. I can't hear her, but Mr. Red, so who are you facing? Who are you facing tonight? On Sunday.
There we go.
Okay. So what does it go into being a ring announcer? What does it go into what you do? Is it like tough? Do you have to really practice their names? Or can you hear?
Sounds like they're having some technical difficulties.
Yeah. So Mr. Red, like who are you facing this weekend?
I guess I'm facing this guy calls himself Charlie Tiger.
I think we did. It seems like how it always works.
Code was talking. It shut us off.
Tiger. He came to the wrong neighborhood. You heard?
Yeah. Yeah.
Code Red ready to throw down this Sunday. You don't want to miss that.
Yeah, that's gonna be a crazy. So sorry about that. Before we go, if what kind of advice would you guys give any kids that are watching this episode?
I'll let you go first.
Yeah, stay hungry. Stay hungry. Don't ever let somebody else's thoughts or opinions on you control what you want to do. Be you, and never ever let anybody change that. Be you. That's it.
Hey Sam. Welcome, Sam.
Sage. Sorry.
Hey, Sage. No, Sage, your turn.
It's your turn.
My turn.
Yes, it's your turn.
My turn for what?
Give advice to the kids. Sage.
Can they hear me if I talk like
I promise you they can hear you.
So my advice would be to always bet on yourself first. I mean, you got to be willing to put yourself out there, and it's not always going to be an easy business to get involved in. But I feel if you stay humble and you stay hungry, then you can make something beautiful happen. And you also need to be there mentally. That's another big thing. It's not all about physicality, but it's also about your mentality when it comes to this business. But really just stay humble and stay hungry.
Always.
Awesome. So, Red, you next. You next, brother.
We keep losing this man, I swear.
I know. I'm getting scared. So Red, what kind of advice do you have for the kids of the world that want to become professional wrestlers? Oh God.
Code Red's probably gone. I could say on behalf of Code Red, that he probably would say the same thing. Just be
Red,
you.
can you hear me?
Code Red, why do you keep disappearing on us,
Yes,
man? Why do you do this?
He's scared. Red, can you hear me? Oh God. All right. Okay. We'll do the end the episode that we always end it. Oh God. Here we go now. I'm Joe Panther III.
And I am Temptatious Tiffany Grady.
And
this is Sage Santiago.
And this is
and Code Red that keeps popping up.
And this is Code Red. And we will catch you in the next one. Thank you for coming out, everybody. Have a great night.
Have a good night, everybody.